Yo, what's up? So, just a disclaimer, this video is not a knock on anyone on an individual level. It's just due to these reoccurring, articles. Not that I believe everything I read online these days, right? But I'm gonna need a sip of this to get through what the fuck I'm trying to conjure and say with enough clarity. Um, just a video in regards to a lot of these articles that I keep reading for the past 2, 3 years, right? It's about the fact that people are procreating less and less and less, right? That the percentages keep on going down, and families of four, or no, families of 1.5, or whatever the fuck the percentages and you know the numbers may be, right? That modern society or people feel less and less inclined to have kids and procreate. Now, granted, I don't have children, so I can come off as the biggest fucking hypocrite on the planet, and you can tell me like, "Oh, well, you don't have kids, so what kind of dog do you have in this fight? You're a piece of shit. You're a hypocrite. What the fuck are you talking about? Blah 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 blah." So, granted, yeah, you can call me the biggest piece of shit hypocrite on the planet because I myself don't have kids. So, if that's the case, well then yeah, you can throw that stone my way. It's no big deal. But it's just like this weird, ever increasing like thing that's just going on, right? And like at my job, well, I don't work there no more because it's a seasonal job, right? And I was a cook in the kitchen, right, at a bar and grill, and I was the oldest male, right, in that. I'm not gonna say the restaurant, but I was the oldest male, born a male. I was the oldest male, in the kitchen, in my late 30s and stuff, and I would just shoot the shit with the coworkers. I mean, what else can you do? When it slows down a bit, you just shoot the shit and talk about life's bullshit, right? And one of the homeboys there, we'll just call him Johnny, right? We'll call him Johnny. Uh, Johnny was like, "Nambe homeboy, yeah, these girls nowadays, está rucas boy, está rucas homeboy." Talking South Texas, but anyway, he's like, "Nambe está rucas homeboy, like these chicks nowadays, bro. They're not gonna be flipping burgers for a paycheck, bro. Puro OF. That's all they do. Puro OF. Puro OnlyFans. They're not, man, these chicks nowadays, they don't know shit about getting a paycheck and flipping a burger. Nambe. Puro OnlyFans. That's all they do. Puro OF." It got me to thinking, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, not that this is like a big secret or anything, in the year 20 fucking 25. But it just got me to thinking about like this phenomenon that's going on, within humanity as a whole. This isn't a shot on any individual. I'm not attacking any person individually, but it's just like this culture as a species that we're in, right? The decline of, humanity as far as procreation goes, the desire or the want or the need to feel that you have to procreate is like dwindling, and it's been going down, and it's been dropping, and by the numbers and percentages for a couple of years now. And yeah, you can blame it on inflation, cost of living, uh, without getting too deep into it. But yeah, I do have a lot of family members that are female, and they don't have kids and they don't want kids. And they're like, fuck that. I can barely take care of myself. What the fuck am I gonna do, bringing in a child into this fucking world? Fuck that. The world's all fucked up. Things are never gonna be the same. This and that. Family values, family tradition, all this bullshit, right? So it's understandable, right? You can blame it on all kinds of factors. I'm not just saying this is the cause, this is the root. But with my homeboy Johnny talking about, uh, he's like, "Nambe homeboy, these girls nowadays, they're not gonna be flipping burgers for a paycheck, bro. It's puro OF, puro OnlyFans." And I was like, it's got me to thinking, right? Like this ongoing phenomena, if you will, And a lot of dudes as well, like all these like simp lords who like have never had a real girlfriend. They've never even kissed a girl. They don't know what pussy tastes like, and it's just like, I have an girlfriend, bro, and I don't really know her name, but I donate $25 every month to her OnlyFans because she loves me and I love her and she's all mine and all this bullshit, right? It's like, it's just crazy, like this weird double standard, like, and whether it's, I mean, you can blame the males just as much as the females and females just as much as the males. It's like it takes two to tango, right? It's never just one party is never fully responsible for the outcome of the vote or the outcome of the situation or the outcome of the circumstance. But it's just weird. It's just a weird like culture, like, you know what I mean, like you got a broad saying like, oh, well, all men are pigs and all men are assholes and men just think about one thing and they just want their balls drained and they just want to shoot their load inside of me and all this bullshit. And it's like, but where's like the double standard of it all? Like this double standard of like hypocrisy where it's like, okay, all men are this and all men are that, but 80% of your quote unquote audience are a bunch of simps, are a bunch of like simp lords who like donate $20 a month to your OnlyFans and they've never even like been kissed and they don't even know what pussy tastes like. And that's like your main cash grab. Like that's like your main source of income, which is whatever, right? You have to do what you have to do to survive. That's fine. But where's the accountability of it all when it comes to either side? Like, how can you say all men are this, all men are that, yet your main source of income, if you're like in that OnlyFans spectrum, and the day I fork money over to an OnlyFans, when you have the internet and you can just type in big tits or gigantic asses and it's all just there. So like I don't see what's even the point of any of that. But anyway, like it's like this weird muddled, muddy double standard of like all men are this and all men are that and all men are pigs and all this shit. Yet the all men are pigs and all men are this and all men are that. That's your main. That's your cash grab. That's your honey hole. That's your main. That's your target audience. So how can you preach one thing and then benefit the fruits of your labor, benefit the fruits of your labor when your target audience is just that you're claiming is the entire source of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so all men are this, all men are that. Yet when it comes to collecting their money, because they're simps and they're delusional and their fucking minds are all fucked up, and they think they have a chance with you, even though he lives in the UK and you live in like fucking California. Yet in his mind, he's like, she loves me and I'm her number one cash cow, money pig, cash pig, whatever the fuck. And it's like, where's the line? Where's where does it all make sense if everything you claim to hate is what's putting bread and keeps the lights on in your house? So like, which one is it? Like, you want to have your cake and eat it too, and then grab that cake and rub it all over your tits because Jimmy Joe Blow is convinced that you're like his girlfriend and that he's gonna meet you one day and you're gonna live happily ever after or whatever the fuck it may be. It's just fucking absurd. It's absurd as fuck. Like this weird OnlyFans girl phenomena is just an ever-growing factor, and it's ever increasing problem of going back to the roots of this whole video of like, why aren't people procreating and why aren't people having kids, and you know, the human population and the trajectory that we're going, by the year 2050 people aren't going to be having kids, and if there's no kids there's no future, because you know, there's levels to this shit, you know, like as far as keeping the economy going, keeping everything to be intact, for things to be flowing perfectly, and for the economy to be able to sustain itself. And there's just like this weird like buzz and this concern going on in modern society nowadays of like, people aren't having kids anymore, and people aren't procreating, and people aren't having babies, and it's not going to be able to sustain itself, and by the year 2050 it's all going to fucking just dive, and shit's going to hit the fan because there's no babies, there's no future. And I'm not saying OnlyFans is the main and cause of this entire fucking phenomena, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it just, it makes you think, right? It's just as far as, what are we doing here? Like, what the fuck are we doing here as a society, as a species? What the fuck are we doing? You know, what the fuck are we doing?